Freedom of navigation requires that people observe basic conduct about this far off. Your territory is your territory. After that, it's international waters. If there's a dispute, then there's international mechanisms to adjudicate that dispute. If you start losing that approach and suddenly conflicts arise and claims are made, based on how big the country is or how powerful its navy is instead of based on law, then I think Asia will be less prosperous and the Pacific region will be less prosperous. And that's why we've said directly to China and to other claimant countries. We don't have a claim to these areas. We're not parties in the dispute. But we do have a stake in making sure that they are resolved peacefully. Diplomatically, and in accordance with internationally established standards. And for that reason, we think that land reclamation aggressive actions by any party in that area are counterproductive. And we will continue as an Asia-Pacific power to support all countries who are prepared to work with us to establish and enforce norms and rules that can continue growth and prosperity in the region. And the truth is that China is going to be successful. It's big, it's powerful, its people are talented and they work hard. And it may be that some of their claims are legitimate. But they shouldn't just try to establish that based on throwing elbows and pushing people out of the way. If, in fact, their claims are legitimate, people will recognize them. I will say this, though, that I am very confident, much more confident in the future of Southeast Asia. the Asia Pacific and the world, because I've had the opportunity to spend time with you. I think all of you are going to do outstanding work. And I want to make sure that you know that not only will this administration and the United States government continue to support the work that you do, but I personally, even after I leave office, will continue to have a great interest in seeing not only you succeed but those coming behind you, young people like yourself, succeed. And I think you should be interested in making sure to promote ISIALI and the network and try to provide similar opportunities to other young people as you become more important in whatever your fields are in the future. Barack Obama. Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative Town Hall. Delivered April 27, 2014, University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Moderator Anita Wu, welcome to the Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative Town Hall. My name is Anita Wu, your moderator this afternoon. Today we have the creme de la creme of ASEAN youth right here. Gathered in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia in University of Malaya's Tunku Chancellor Hall. Having produced two Malaysia Prime Ministers, this venue is no stranger to young leaders, such as yourselves. We are here because, as youth under the age of 35, we currently represent 60% of the ASEAN population. And being the single largest demographic in ASEAN. We not only have an impact on our respective nations, but also across the region. From a global perspective, although ASEAN covers just 3% of land area, ASEAN is as a single identity would rank as the seventh largest economy in the world, however. Each nation within ASEAN is in a different place in our journeys towards development, each journey unique. Deep poverty persists in the region, but one of the leaders tackling this issue is Indonesia's Dr. Sri Mulyani Indrayana, who is currently Managing Director of World Bank Group. Similarly, although the record on upholding human rights and democratic governance within the region still leaves much to be desired. Aung San Suu Kyi's heroic struggle and triumph proves that mountains can be moved with determination and tenacity. ASEAN young entrepreneurs don't have to look far to know that success is within there. Reach as Eurasia's Tan Sri Tony Fernandez carved his success from within this very region. Moreover, with the thriving scene in Southeast Asia creative scene, who knows? The next Jimmy Choo could be amongst us this very moment. As our region faces the challenges inherent in a rapidly developing nation and economy, where perspectives on education, business, environment must change with the times. We should use our ingenuity and entrepreneurial spirit to change how we plan to overcome these obstacles and emerge stronger than ever. Southeast Asia is one of the diversity-rich regions. Home to an array of cultures and histories, and as we know, it was once even home to President Obama. The future of ASEAN will lie in its ability to not only celebrate this diversity, but to harness it as a key building block for our success. Today the President himself will be taking questions directly from those present here. as well as questions submitted by you through Facebook and Twitter from around the region. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming to stage the 44th President of the United States. President Barack Obama. President Obama, hello, everybody. Well, good afternoon. Salamat petang. Please, everybody have a seat. It is wonderful. To be here, and it is wonderful to see all these outstanding young people here. I want to thank, first of all, the University of Malaya for hosting us. I want to thank the Malaysian people for making us feel so welcome. Anita, thank you for helping to moderate. These trips are usually all business for me, but every once in a while I want to have some fun. So I try to hold an event like this where I get to hear directly from young people like you, because I firmly believe that you will shape the future of your countries and the future of this region. And I'm glad to see so many students who are here today, including young people from across Southeast Asia. And I know some of you are joining us online and through social media. And you'll be able to ask me questions, too. This is my 5th trip to Asia as president, and I plan to be back again later this year, not just because I like the sights and the food. Although I do, but because a few years ago I made a deliberate and strategic decision as President of the United States that America will play a larger, more comprehensive role in this region's future. I know some still ask what this strategy is all about. So before I answer your questions, I just want to answer that one question: why Asia is so important to America. And why Southeast Asia has been a particular focus. And finally, why I believe that young people like you have to be the ones who lead us forward. Many of you know this part of the world has special meaning for me. I was born in Hawaii, right in the middle of the Pacific. I lived in Indonesia as a boy. Hey, there's the Indonesian contingent. And as I mentioned last night to His Majesty the King, and the Prime Minister. I'm very grateful for the Islamic Arts Museum Malaysia for hosting an exhibit that showcased some of my mother's batik collection. Because it meant a lot to her, and it's part of the connection that I felt and I continue to feel to this region. So the Asia Pacific, with its rich cultures and beautiful traditions and vibrant society, that's all part of who I am. It helped shape how I see the world. And it's also helped to shape my approach as president. And while our government, our financial centers, many of our traditions began along the Atlantic coast. America has always been a Pacific nation, as well. Our biggest, most populous state is on the Pacific coast. And for generations. Waves of immigrants from all over Asia, from different countries and races and religions, have come to America and contributed to our success. From our earliest years, when our first president, George Washington, sent a trade mission to China. Through last year, when the aircraft carrier that bears his name, the George Washington, helped with typhoon relief in the Philippines, America has always had a history with Asia. And we've got a future with Asia. This is the world's fastest growing region. Over the next 5 years, nearly half of all economic growth outside the United States is projected to come from right here in Asia. That means this region is vital to creating jobs and opportunity. Not only for yourselves but also for the American people. And any serious leader in America recognizes that fact. And because you're home to more than half of humanity, Asia will largely define the contours of the century. Ahead, whether it's going to be marked by conflict or cooperation, by human suffering or human progress. This is why America has refocused our attention on the vast potential of the Asia-Pacific region. My country has come through a decade in which we fought 2 wars and an economic crisis that hurt us badly, along with countries all over the globe. But we've now ended the war in Iraq. Our war in Afghanistan will end this year. Our businesses are steadily creating new jobs. And we've begun addressing the challenges that have weighed down our economy for too long. Reforming our healthcare and financial systems, raising standards in our schools. Building a clean energy economy, cutting our fiscal deficits by more than half since I took office. Though we've been busy at home. The crisis still confronts us in other parts of the world, from the Middle East to Ukraine. But I want to be very clear. Let me be clear about this, because some people have wondered whether because of What happens in Ukraine or what happens in the Middle East, whether this will sideline our strategy, it has not. We are focused and we're going to follow through on our interest in promoting a strong U.S. Asia relationship.